While Modi government 3.0's first full budget that has now kept the middle class at the centre. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who has presented her 8th consecutive budget, announced major tax relief for the middle class. Those now up to earning up to 12 lakh rupees per annum will not have to pay any tax at all. This essentially means that the middle class will have more money in their hands, which will spur household consumption and will drive growth. While Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called the budget that will act as a force multiplier, with Nirmala Sitharaman saying that putting more money in people's pockets will boost consumption.
We are saying now they will have 1,10,000, lakh in their pockets, which they don't have to pay as tax. So we have put good substantial amounts into the pockets of people who deserve to get that. There is no reduction in the public spending on capital expenditure.
इसका बहुत बड़ा फायदा हमारे मिडिल क्लास को, नौकरी पेशे करने वाले जिनकी आय बंधी हुई है, इससे बहुत बड़ा लाभ होने वाला। जिनको नए नए जॉब मिले हैं, इनकम टैक्स की ये मुक्ति उनके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा अवसर बन जाएगी।
और 12 लाख रुपए तक हमारे मध्यम वर्ग के लोगों को इनकम टैक्स से मुक्ति देने का काम नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने।
Now, the tax-paying Janta seems to be ecstatic. For years, they have been waiting for this kind of a relief. But the opposition, which is accusing the Modi government of crushing people under the tyranny of tax terrorism, still continues to remain cynical. Some of them are even linking the tax relief to elections, and there are others who are of the view that reducing tax burden will not actually help the Aam Aadmi reduce inflation first. Now, leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi says that this is like putting a band-aid over bullet wounds, and former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is asking that why the government has not given any assurances on his demand that there shouldn't be any loan waivers for billionaires.
बजट का पूरा लक्ष्य 25 लोगों को फायदा पहुंचाने का। आपको थोड़ा सा दे देंगे, कह देंगे भैया ये लो थोड़ा सा टैक्स माफ कर लेंगे। अगर आप बजट का लक्ष्य देखेंगे तो हिंदुस्तान का धन 20-25 अरबपतियों को देने का है।
क्या बजट ने हमारे लिए मरने वाले आंकड़े ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हैं?
तो सारे दल साथ थे सर।
जब जो सरकार मरने वाले आंकड़ों को न दे सके, हम इनके किस आंकड़े को मान लें?
Very disappointing budget. The budget seems to be like that is planned in such a way to woo the voters for Delhi, especially the Delhi election coming on the 5th of this month.
चुनाव की घड़ी है तो कहीं वही सोच कर तो चुनावी बजट पेश नहीं किया गया, और खासकर बिहार को फोरफ्रंट में लेके।
पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय संयोजक केजरीवाल जी ने उन्होंने कहा था कि भाई गवर्नमेंट इस बात के लिए देश को आश्वस्त करे, एश्योर करे कि जो पूंजीपति दोस्त हैं बीजेपी के, उनके कर्जे माफ नहीं किए जाएंगे।
Chunavi budget seems to be the aim that the opposition seems to be taking on the government. However, when it comes to these big ticket announcements that have been made by Modi Sarkar 3.0, that aims to alleviate when it comes to the middle class's concerns about their tax burden. Especially after the previous corporate tax cuts, the revised tax slabs mean substantial relief for the middle class earners, with those up to making 12 lakh rupees getting a full rebate on their payable taxes. Let's talk about this bonanza and help our viewers to be explained in simple terms, especially when it comes to 1 lakh rupees per month. Approximately, if you earn, that means you have to pay zero tax. You have to pay zero tax. How much are you going to be saving? Your savings would amount to 80,000 rupees every year. No income tax till about 12 lakh rupees. So this is the bonanza. What does it mean for you? If you're saving that much amount of money, how much does it mean that you can put it elsewhere? Because more money in hands means boost in household consumption. More money in hands mean that you will save more money. You will have more money when it comes to spending more, and of course when it comes to the other option is to invest. So the budget speech that also announces when it comes to the introduction of a new income tax bill in Parliament in the coming week, and according to the Finance Minister, the new bill will clear the direct and in text when it comes to close half of the present law in terms of both chapters and in words as well. Let's in the meantime take a look as far as when it comes to the last 20 years and the exemptions since 2005, the mega bonanza that has now come across in 2025. You can see The exemptions from 2005, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 2.5 lakh, 2019, 5 lakh, 2023, 7 lakh. And this is where, when it comes to catching all of the attention, is 12 lakhs. However, not very happy when it comes to the new tax slabs. The opposition has claimed that the southern states have been ignored. They have been sidelined. As chief ministers from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka, all of them stated that when it comes to the states that generate the maximum revenue have now been kept out of the picture, saying that only states which are ruled by the BJP and its allies have been given more importance.
Karnataka, as you know, we are number 2. Bihar ಮತ್ತು ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ. ಗುಜರಾತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದೆ. ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅನುದಾನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಂಧ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂದು ಅದೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷನೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಈ ವರ್ಷನೂ ಇದೊಂದು ರೀತಿ ಬಿಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಆಂಧ್ರ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ.
The state of Kerala is being neglected once again. We had a number of demands and all those demands were genuinely raised, but not even a single demand was properly accepted by the government. That is which I would like to say first. Secondly, whatever laws were there in our country to regulate the onslaught of these neoliberal policies, now that is going to be deregulated.
When we looked at the union budget today, as usual, as expected, I spoke with the media yesterday also and said that there will be nothing for Telangana, and there was nothing given to Telangana. It's really unfortunate that one newly formed state has been grossly ignored by this government in the consecutive last 11 budgets, which is an unfortunate state of affairs, because a union government is supposed to think about every state, but they're only thinking about the states which are going to elections. That is why today the entire union budget sounded like a Bihar election budget.
Now, Nitish Kumar's JDO along with Chandrababu Naidu's TDP played a key role when it comes to the formation of the NDA government at the BJP. However, when it comes to all of this, the middle class here seems to be the focus as far as what is now being said over when it comes to these big ticket announcements that have been made. Now, when it comes to the opposition parties, we have been hearing them with this latest spree of allocations that have been made just months before the assembly elections. The opposition parties have been quick to call it as a biased budget aimed at reaping political dividends.
कि अगर आपके पास तनख्वाह है तो आप कम टैक्स देंगे, लेकिन जिनके पास रोजगार नहीं है उनके पास तनख्वाह कहाँ से है? अब बेरोजगारी के बारे में हम कुछ नहीं सुना।
बिहार को भी बहुत कुछ मिला है।
हाँ, बिहार को बहुत कुछ मिला है, क्योंकि बिहार में चुनाव आने वाला, चुनावी बजट बन गया। तो ये भी आप सोच लीजिए कि जिस पार्टी कह रहे हैं कि 1 नेशन 1 इलेक्शन, वो लोग ऐसे दिखा रहे हैं कि अगर हर स्टेट में हर अलग अलग साल पे इलेक्शन हो तो उनके लिए अच्छा है, क्योंकि ज्यादा पैसे मिल जाएंगे उनके बजट।
मुझे ये समझ नहीं आ रहा कि ये भारत सरकार का बजट है कि बिहार सरकार का बजट है। आपने बिहार के अलावा किसी और प्रदेश का नाम सुना वित्त मंत्री जी के पूरे बजट भाषण में? तो जब आप देश के बजट की बात करते हैं तो सारे देश के लिए उसमें कुछ ना कुछ होना चाहिए।
बिहार के पिछले बजट को बिहार के संदर्भ में देखें, इसको देखें, एक तुलनात्मक अध्ययन करें, तो जो कहते हैं ना कि पुरानी शराब नई बोतल, तो यहाँ शराब भी पुरानी, बोतल भी पुरानी, और रैपर बड़ी लिजलिजा सा नया सा झकास टाइप जो होता है वो। असल में आपको देखना होगा ना कि बिहार की प्राथमिकता क्या है, बिहार के संकट के मुख्य कारण क्या है। अगर उसके निदान के लिए आपने कुछ ऑफर नहीं किया तो इसका मतलब ये कॉस्मेटिक्स में ज्यादा है और तमाशेबाजी से आप चाहते हैं कि बिहार को ठगने की कोशिश करें।
And this is how the opposition has been reacting, saying that the budget close to the elections is a big ticket announcement for those states that would be witnessing elections soon. But this is a counter that is now coming in as this exclusive conversation that we had with Union Minister Piyush Goyal, who has given it back to the opposition, saying that budget 2025 has given due to each and every state, calling the budget is a roadmap to Viksit Bharat. Listen in.
I want to ask you your love for Bihar with all kinds of announcements, including a Makhana board coming up. Is this really posturing ahead of elections? Because you made a Freudian slip when you talked about the tax rates going down. You said across India, middle classes will celebrate, and in Delhi. Eyes on the Delhi and Bihar elections this year, Mr. Goyal?
No, my eyes were on you, Navika ji. You are in Delhi and you pay your taxes in Delhi. Therefore, I made it a point to mention about people like you. You yourself told me your newsroom is ecstatic about the tax cuts. तो मेरे तो आँख के सामने आज मैं जिधर भी जा रहा हूँ दिल्ली के लोग दिख रहे हैं. तो स्वाभाविक है मैं दिल्ली की बात करूँगा. दिल्ली हमारे दिल में है, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के दिल में है और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी दिल्ली वालों के दिल में है. तो स्वाभाविक है दिल्ली की बात होगी. And as far as Bihar is concerned, have you not heard Prime Minister Modi right from 2014 speak about the Act East policy? He has always believed that unless Eastern India and Northeast India develops, the country cannot develop. And therefore, it's a continuous effort. Budget after budget, whether it's the Northeast, whether it's Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Bengal, these have been our areas of focus. If those states don't cooperate and they don't take the benefit of central government schemes, it is to their own disadvantage. On our part, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, continuously, almost in every interaction, every cabinet meeting, not from today, but for the last 10.5 years, has been guiding all his colleagues, all of us who had the privilege of learning from him, of working under his guidance, that our focus should be that the whole country develops. Our focus should be on the aspirational districts and blocks. Our focus should be in those regions which are left behind. Our focus should be on those who are at the bottom of the pyramid. And I think an extra effort to support Bihar or Assam or any of those states should be welcomed by all. I would like to ask the opposition friends who are criticizing that are you opposed to Makhana board? Why don't you go and say this in Patna? Are you opposed to setting up a center of excellence or a skill university or developing infrastructure or developing the irrigation for lakhs of farmers of Bihar? If you're opposed to that, please go and tell the people of Bihar that you do not want to see development in Bihar. I abhor and deplore the behavior of the opposition who always speaks with a double fork or a very, very unholy manner, an anti-development approach of the opposition.
All right. This is how, as far as both from the government side and the opposition have been reacting over the union budget that was announced yesterday. With that, we head into a short break. Lots more lined up on the other side with a special focus on Delhi elections.